What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection market update. And thanks to everyone that tuned in last weekend for the live stream over on Only One Kenobi's channel. And I got to meet Mike and David. I apologize if I misremember your name. I'm sorry. But it was a great time, and those guys know way more about the vintage collection than I do. But we did talk about the SDCC Hasbro reveals for the vintage collection. In case you missed it, I will put a link in the video description for this video, and you guys can go take a look at it. I had a lot of fun. I couldn't stay the whole time, unfortunately. Apparently, they ran like 4 hours, and I had a dinner party to go to. I much prefer to have just stuck around and talk about little plastic dolls, but I had to go. But anyway, we had a good time, and make sure to go check it out over on Only One Kenobi's channel. So thanks again for that. I put together some recent sales for the vintage collection. I would say these are mainly focused on TVC 1.0, but I did include towards the end some recent releases so you guys can take a look at what in-hand eBay sellers are getting for some of the really cool recent releases. And so let's go ahead and dig right in. So first of all, we've got General Grievous, VC17. He remains on my want list, and I still have not picked him up yet, but this one was a punched example with some wear around the hanger tab. He's not getting any cheaper, folks. I don't know why I'm waiting so long. It seems like I get tied up on other projects and saving up for other items that are at auction, and I just can't seem to get my act together to pick up a nice unpunched General Grievous. But this one had the free Boba Fett offer sticker. And as I mentioned, it did have some wear around the hang tab, some edge wear at the top. That one sold for $109 plus $9.45 shipping. Now let's compare that to an AFA modern scale 8.5 graded unpunched example. I'll give you a couple seconds to figure out what you think it's worth. An AFA 8.5 on the modern scale, unpunched, same card back. And let's take a look. This one was a beautiful unpunched. Now this one was offerless, so that was kind of nice. That was a nice offerless example. I had it on my watch list, but I certainly wasn't going to pay the list price of $575 free shipping. It ended up selling for $475, so that just shows you how much collectors are willing to pay for these TVC 1.0 when they're unpunched and very high grade like this. Really nice example though, and that one did sell for $475 was the final sales price. Next up, we got the Magna Guard. This was the non-foil card back, and it had the free Boba Fett offer. It was punched. Really nice, clean example, though. That one sold for $97.97. Nice round number there with free shipping. And then also a punched example of VC19 Clone Commander Cody. What a gorgeous one. This is another one I'd like to add to my collection at some point, an unpunched example, but we all know what these unpunched Codys go for. Just absolutely insane money. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I think I'd probably prefer to get the foil example, the Ultimate Galactic Hunt version, if I was going to get a punched example. But that's just an awesome, awesome card back. I love it. That one sold for $170, free shipping. Next up, I believe we've got a VC34 Jango Fett. And there were a couple examples for Jango Fett that sold. I only pulled up one of them, but the price point was about the same for a punched example. Nice clean card back. This is the US card. And another one sold for $175 that was punched. And then this one sold for $194.95 with free shipping. So just a couple of data points in case you're still looking for Jango Fett. And as we talked about during the live stream over on Only One Kenobi's channel, hopefully this gets re-released here soon with an updated kind of sculpt. But it just seems like they are putting it off, and you know, they recently released the pictures for the Boba Fett's starship and with the Book of Boba Fett packaging. It just seemed like it would have been a perfect time to instead repaint that for Jango Fett's starship, but they did not, and it just seems like I don't know what they're waiting for. You know, everyone's been clamoring for a new mold for Jango Fett, and it just seems like it's going to happen at some point. Here was a Mace window, VC35. This was the original release. It did have some wear above the hang tab, and it was punched, but awfully nice offerless card there. That one sold for $99.99, free shipping as well. This one was an interesting one. These are the SDCC giveaway proof cards, and it was a lot of 4 of them. And I've got the Boba Fett punched. This one was unpunched though, and that seems to be the toughest one for these SDCC giveaway proof cards is finding Boba Fett unpunched. I think mine is is punched, and I do have the Darth Vader, and then I did at one point have the Han Solo and Luke Bespin, but I had to sell those off just to fund some other purchases. But all four of these look to be in fantastic condition, and all four of them were unpunched, and that's tough to do with that Boba Fett. Those sold for only $62. $62 free shipping. That is a great deal. Great deal mainly because of the Boba Fett being unpunched. That is just a tough one to find. A few VC64 slave outfit Leias did sell, and I believe both of them were punched. This one did have some wear around the hanger tab there, but a nice clean example. I believe I showed this one in my what to buy video. I'm going on memory, but this one did end up selling for $199.99 plus $8 shipping. And then this one was another one that was listed as unpunched, but as you can see, the hanger tab is starting to come away there. So again, you just make sure you zoom in on the photos, because the other thing about this one is the blister, or the bubble, as you guys like to call it. It is yellowed. It's a yellowed blister. So, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just the lighting, but it certainly looks yellow to me in these photos. So I think that this is an overpay. This one sold for $275 plus $870 shipping. Now, if it had been a true unpunched where the hanger tab was not kind of loose like that, and it had a clear blister instead of a yellowed blister, then maybe I could see $275 or above that even. But I think that's an overpay in my opinion. No offense if you happen to be the one that bought that, but that blister it looks absolutely yellow to me. But again, I could be wrong. The background is kind of yellowy. Whoever took the photos probably should have included some more photos. But the card back's got some wave to it. It just seems high to me. It just seems high. But nevertheless, that's what somebody paid. And as we've also talked about in other vintage collection market updates, is the fact that the Sandstorm outfit Princess Leia is also going up in price. And this one was no exception. This one was a punched example and certainly not the cleanest of card backs. It wasn't terrible by any means, but probably 85 condition at best. Had the Darth Maul offer sticker, and then obviously the deleted scene Blu-ray sticker on there, as these all seem to have. But that one sold for $121 plus $6 shipping, and I think that's probably the fair price to pay if it was unpunched, maybe even a little higher, but that price does seem a little high to me. And then a second example also sold that was a little bit cleaner. The card back looked nice and clean, maybe just a little bit of edge wear, nice clear blister, and it was punched, but that one sold for $130 free shipping. So big numbers there for the Slave Leia deleted scene Sandstorm outfit. Here was a really nice clean example for Shea Vista. This is the original issue, and Shea Vista is going down in price, and I forgot to look up on 130point.com what the final sales price was, but this one looked very, very clean overall. Here's some other photos of it outside of the star case, but I mean, good. I mean, this 3 to 6 months ago, this was $200 to $300 easily, and now it's selling for $149.99 with $10.90 shipping. Best offer accepted. So, I mean, 125 to 130-ish probably, somewhere in that ballpark. That is a steal of a deal for the original issue, Shea Vista. Here was the VC 000 Jabba's Sail Barge HasLab pack-in, the yak face with the Power of the Force style card back. Nice, clean card overall. It looked to be really clean. Just a little bit of edge wear, but man, that was a really nice one. And that one sold at auction $330 on 26 bids plus shipping. So, that continues to command $300 to $350 range, and that was kind of right in the middle there. A few 3-packs also sold, the special action figure sets. This was the villain set. It was punched with a little bit of edge wear. You can see below the hang tab there where it had a little bit of a pull off there and a little bit of a creasing on that hang tab. But what an awesome set. And that one sold for $84.97 with free shipping. And then this seller again sold the SDCC unpunched Dr. Aphra 3-pack, and that one sold for $99.99 with free shipping. Again, that was in Singapore. This seller had, case fresh examples for this, and another one did sell here recently, so try to pick that one up if you can. There is also a European version with multi-language on the front instead of just the English on the front, but that one did sell for $99.99 free shipping. And then finally, this one was, I believe, also an STCC exclusive. This is the Luke Skywalker Jedi Destiny set. That one sold for $75 at auction, one bid plus $10 shipping. So that's a really nice set, though. I have that one in my collection. And going back to the Hasbro reveals that we talked about on the live stream, the AT-ST Raider box set with the Pac-In Klatooinian Raider. This one sold for $132.50, and then another one sold for $154.99 plus $9.99 shipping. So it's nice that they re-released that Raider on the single card back, and I did pre-order 2 of those live during the live stream. You know, the pre-orders went up at 4 p.m. my time, which was about an hour into the live stream with only one Kenobi. So I stepped away for about 30 seconds. I already had it pulled up on Big Bad Toy Store, so I did pre-order 2 of the Klatooinian Raiders as well as 2 of the Luke Imperial Cruisers, and then I changed my mind halfway through the live stream, and I did go ahead and pre-order 1 Cal Kestis. So that was kind of funny, just stepping away during the live stream to pick those up. A few more recent releases. Here's the Imperial Gunner on the Return of the Jedi card back. Beautiful example there, and that was in hand. And this seller has 1 still available. 2 of them did sell in the last 24 hours for $36.99 plus $5.80 shipping. So you're already talking double retail, suggested retail prices for that Imperial Gunner. Next up, we had a few data points for the Boba Fett Morak single card back, and this is on the Mandalorian card, obviously. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous card back. I love that. One thing to keep in mind that this was talked about in the Facebook TVC group run by John Miko and others is that it's a defect for a lot of these, where because of the way they were packed, they were packed bubble to bubble, and it's causing some litho tears around Boba Fett's head, and you can see where the blister for the other one that was packed against it caused damage to that card back, and it's very specific to the Boba Fett Morak. This is a better angle. You can really see the card damage there. So just be careful, because whoever bought this did not notice that, and that one sold for $68 free shipping. So you really want to zoom in on the photos if they're in hand, especially. I would not pre-order this one because of this defect. It's very specific to the Boba Fett Morak. So make sure that you know what you're buying, because this is a very, very common defect that has been talked about at length on the Facebook group. Now this one was much cleaner, and you can see that this did not have that damage to it. And that one sold for $75 plus $5.40 shipping. So it sold for a little bit more money, but it was a lot cleaner and did not have the damage to it. So again, just be careful. Make sure you know what you're buying. And then finally, for a recent release, we have the Force Unleashed Stormtrooper Commander. I have 2 of these waiting in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. I absolutely love this figure. It looks fantastic. I just love the card back. Everything about it, all the colors, it's just an awesome, awesome card back. I'm excited to get mine in hand. But that is just an awesome name pill, or excuse me, the logo above the name pill. I love the way that looks. But these are selling for big money. This seller had 4 of them. 3 of them have sold. $45 plus $12 shipping, and these were in Hong Kong. So this is selling for easily above suggested retail price, but I would recommend that you go to Big Bad Toy Store or whichever your retailer of choice is, because they are starting to trickle out already and are readily available on online retailers that are based in the US, instead of paying for somebody to ship it from Hong Kong and you don't know how well they're going to ship it. So anyway, just some more data points for the vintage collection. Really decent prices overall. Not too much slowdown quite yet on vintage collection prices, although, the Shea Vista, I think, is the best example of the reissue phenomenon that we're all seeing, where once a figure gets reissued, the TVC 1.0 version for that figure drops in price, just like Ahsoka did, Mace Windu, and a few others. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.